so sorry, you guys. My phone rang as soon as the intro music went off, and I had to take that phone call. So here I am. Listen, you guys, we had some goals for the end of the year. If you are not already subscribed to our sister channels, please take a moment and subscribe to the Teacher Project 2.0 and Reading with Really B. We are trying to get those channels. I'm going. Well, the Teacher Project we're pretty good with, but Reading with Really B, I'm going to be better with being consistent. But please go over there and subscribe, you guys. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, y'all know we have an end of the year goal. So make sure y'all subscribe on over here. All right, let's get into it. Now, we're going to talk about these Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, honey. We're going to talk about some of the gossip that is going on with these Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then I'm going to drop the link. Okay? And I'm going to let you guys come up and give me your 2 cents on these Real Housewives and what they got going on. Hold on, let me take this down so we can get started. As soon as I find the thing. Oh, here it is right here. What's up, you guys? Happy Friday to you all. I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is well. Okay, you guys, let's get ready to get into the things. Say hi to the people. We got 36 people in the room. We had 41. I guess I was taking too long to come on screen. They left. But it's all good. Maybe they'll come back. Love you. Let's get into it. Lord is high. Okay. Let me say hi to the people, and then we're going to jump right into this because, listen, it ain't a whole lot there, but I got some things to say. Hey, hold on. Let me scroll back up to the top. Okay. Hey, Corey and Kenya, who were here before I was, honey. Hey, Lemon Kush, Danny J said, get your Really Be merch. Hey, Cora, Colton, Montrez, Marnie. Hey, Kimberly Johnson, Cross Country Cruiser, what's up? Hey, Brittany Janae. Hey, Miss Baythang, what's going on? Mia, Yana. Hey, Jamil. Shakira. Hey, Rye. Hey, Inspire. How you guys doing? Hey, P. Kyle and Miles' story is met, child. Can you pin your book club link to the regular comments after the live, please? I can. I absolutely can. Hey, Tan, what's going on? Just simply, what's up? They'll be back, child. They'll be back, and if they don't, it's okay too. We listen. The people that are new here, y'all know this one of them channels I got it from the dirt. Okay, when I first started going live, there wasn't nobody here but me. Listen, we have just as much fun with 20 people as we have with 200 people. They'll be back. It is what it is. It's a Friday evening. There's a lot going on. Y'all, give me a quick second, because when I tell you it's hot, baby, let me turn. I really was trying not to turn the air conditioner on, but I got the windows. Oh, I tried to open up the windows. It's hot. My house is 80 degrees. Hold on, I got to turn this air on for a minute. I just got to knock off this heat for a second because it is hot, honey. I tried to open up the windows, and I was like, I can turn on the ceiling fan. Hold on, let me turn the cooler on now. Yeah, they say it's 80 degrees inside my house, child. Shoot. Here we go with these crazy fall temperatures. 1 minute is 60 degrees. The next minute is 80 degrees. All right, so the ladies are back, you guys. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, listen, y'all know that I love me some do the water challenge to cool down. Y'all know I love the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, right? I took a couple of seasons off, but I've been watching it since the first season. I think I missed season like 3, 4, 5. Okay, I missed when Lisa Rinna came on the show. I missed the Hadid years, and then I sort of came back. I think I came back. If we want season 13, I think I came back like season 5, maybe like season 5. Your house is 76 degrees too. Yes, honey. I came home and it was warm, so I opened up the windows. I had the door open. Child, because I really hate doing that back and forth, but it is what it is. So we are back. The ladies are back. Now, I totally anticipate this looking different because there is no Lisa Rinna. And whether you like Lisa Rinna or not, Lisa Rinna definitely brought the shish to the show, right? She brought the shish to the show. I just think last season she just went too far. I think last season she just did too much. She went too far. I don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still not 100%. I'm still not 100% sure that she didn't have something to do with the trolls going on last season. I'm not saying she did them personally. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Listen, I wanted Lisa gone. I did. I felt like the last 2 seasons, I felt like she did way too much. Because what she did to Denise Richards, I thought was horrible. And that was somebody you called a friend. And then last season, the whole Kathy Hilton thing. Again, I'm not saying Kathy was an angel, but I definitely felt like what she did was a lot, right? But it is going to change the dynamics. It is definitely going to change the dynamics of what we're seeing with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So the season starts off, we start off with Dorit. Now, I know a lot of people might not think that's a big deal, but listen, the thing about Housewives, it's all about position and seniority. It's all about position and seniority. Kyle likes to play background. So she's okay with not being, with things starting with her. Now, she's going to always make sure she got her seat next to Andy. She's going to always make sure that she has that anchor. But I don't think she cares about the show not necessarily starting with her. But the fact that the first excursion of the season was a Dorit excursion, that's saying something about where we're going with this season. Now, I ain't trying to go too deep, but I got to listen. We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. So we see Dorit and PK. PK is eating 2 bags of chips at the same time. Dorit is fussing at him about it. I said when myself and Mims did the little preview show, I said then that I feel like, okay, we are building up to this being the PK, Dorit having marital issues, growing pains storyline. Now, let's be clear. We know that this show was filmed. Is it me or does it look dark? Why does it look dark in here? We know that this show was filmed before the big revelation that Kyle and Mauricio were separated. That doesn't mean that it wasn't part of her storyline, because clearly it's a part of her storyline this year as well. But I just find it to be interesting that both of these couples are having marital issues at the same time, when those were like the 4 horsemen, right? The 2 husbands were best friends. Remember, PK was they were going to give Mauricio a spinoff show, and PK was, or no, they gave him a spinoff show, whatever. And remember, him and PK were going into business together. Like, all of those things were floating around last year. And I just find it to be very interesting. That's not to say that, it's not legit, although I have questions. I do. So we see that. So I already knew from the first 2 minutes of the show what Dorit's storyline was, right? I knew what her storyline was going to be. It was going to be her and PK not getting along, her and PK's marriage. I knew that's what it was going to be. Then we found out that she is going to have a spiritual retreat with Desert Eagle. What's that lady name? Is it Desert Eagle? Shining, floating eagle? I don't know. Eagle Bird? I don't know. And then her apprentice, Blue Raven. I think Dorit wants out because Dorit never wanted in, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell y'all my theory. We're gonna get to that, Miss. I'm gonna tell y'all my theory, because I don't think Dorit ever would listen. Listen. I don't think Dorit ever wanted in. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I have some things. We're gonna get to the gossip in a minute, because it ain't gonna take me long to get through this review. Then we're gonna get to the gossip, and then I'm gonna drop the link for a little while if you guys want to come up and share your thoughts, opinions, and views. Eagle Woman, thank you, Budget and Ways. Budget and Ways is going to keep you together. She said, really, you're going to get this lady name right, okay? I'm not playing with you. You're going to get this lady's name, okay? I don't know why my name comes up as ... during the live, but not when I comment on a regular. I don't know. That's crazy, right? Hey, Remain Teachable. Thank you, my love. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you are well. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much. I have to get as soon as I figure out how to get my computer from moving so slow. I think I know part of the problem, but anyway, we're working on it. I'm gonna get Chef Don Don to help me come up with some bumping music to play when y'all give me a super chat, honey. Hey, KK. Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love. So she sits down and Dorit explains to her, listen, this group has had a rough year, yada, yada, yada. I really want you to help us get us back in line, get our chakras aligned, and let's really move past this spiritual journey so we can, get ourselves back in a good place. And she says, cool. And then Dorit lets us know that she sent out a text message to all the ladies, and surprisingly, they're all willing to come. Now, everybody came except for the new girl. We haven't been introduced to the new housewife yet. But all of the, regulars, all of the returning ladies came. So we had Sutton and Garcel who rode together. We know that they're still besties. Crystal showed up. Erica showed up. Kyle was there. Now, again, we got to pay attention to these things. Erica showed up last. Do you think that Erica showed up last because she was the last one to show up? No. Yeah, listen. Can I pull back the curtain for a second? These people show up but a lot of times they want them to be filmed showing up in a certain order. Okay, you working 2 jobs to pay off your student loans early? Bless your heart, boo. This is pretty good. Mango passion fruit. That's a good one. Bless your heart. So Erica shows up last because we know that out of the ladies who are left, Erica had the most explosive season. Remember, she stood shoulder to shoulder, side by side with Lisa Rinna on that couch. And we also know she had the whole I don't care about the victims, I only care about myself moment and them damn earrings. So it was definitely by design that Erica is the last person to show up. Now, Erica showed up skinny, talking about it was hormones. Now, listen. I just need y'all to be more creative about these things. Look, I don't understand why people do these things and then don't want to tell nobody that they did these things. But again, it's your business. You don't have to tell nobody nothing. You don't have to tell nobody what you're doing if you don't want to tell nobody. But girl, come up with something better than hormones. Because listen, I'm not saying it don't happen. I know somebody going to drop down and be like, it happened to my cousin, uncle, sister, brother. I'm not saying it don't happen. But I ain't never heard of nobody losing weight on hormones. I've never heard that before. Now, I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm saying I never heard it. Okay? And Erica has lost significant weight. And I find it very funny that Kyle is the first person to say something to Erica about how skinny she is when Kyle was all over the internet this summer with her rib cage and people questioning how skinny she was. So I found it interesting that her first comment was on Erica's size. We know that Kyle, Erica, and Crystal, because Crystal made a comment about, she said, I wish I could be that skinny. So I know that all 3 of these ladies have publicly talked to us. Right, I always heard of people gaining weight with hormones. I ain't never heard of nobody losing weight with hormones. But again, I'm sure there are exceptions to every rule, and I ain't go to nobody's medical school. But I just ain't never heard that before. I ain't never heard that before. Oh, we're gonna talk about Sutton in that situation too, child. I thought that too, Yana. I thought that too, girl. We're gonna get to Sutton and her divorce situation. We're going to talk about Kyle, Mauricio, and Dana. And that her name? Dana. Morgan. Where I get Dana from? And we're going to talk about Dorit and PK. Oh, we got some gossip to get to. That's why it ain't going to take us that long to get through this review. So the ladies sat down to have this. Basically, they were hashing out. Really, they were just hashing out what happened last year. Dorit starts off and she lets Erica know that she is upset about the fact that at BravoCon, Erica said something about they asked her who do you think is going to be the next couple to get divorced, and she said PK and Dorit. Now let me tell you something. Erica, 2 things in this conversation. The first thing is Erica didn't pull that out her ass, right? Erica didn't pull that out her ass. Erica knows something about you and PK's relationship that made her feel that way. Out of all the couples, that's the couple that she brings up, right? Because they didn't say who do you think is the next couple to break up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because hell, it ain't but 1 couple, it ain't but 2 couples left, right? It's only Eric, Kyle, Mauricio. Well, no, Crystal. I guess Crystal counts. But for her to pull the two of y'all tells me, number one, she knows something about your relationship, something you told her, something she's observed, whatever. And number two, on Erica's side of it, and I understood what Dorit said. Dorit was like, Erica gave all these excuses. Well, I was put on the spot. Well, I was uncomfortable. Well, I really didn't want to answer the question. Well, it was a shady question, so I'm going to give them a shady answer. Like, she gave all these excuses instead of just saying, I'm sorry. Like, in my opinion, that's one of Erica's worst traits, is that she just can't say, I'm sorry. Like, you're right. In the moment, I got caught up in it. I was being shady. I was being, wink, wink. But in hindsight, you're right. You're my friend, and that was a shady thing to do. I'm sorry. And I feel like that's all Dorit wanted. That's all Dorit wanted, was an acknowledgement of her feelings. Now, does Dorit whine, and does Dorit, play up the whole, oh my gosh, Erica, I can't believe you did that to me? Sure. But it doesn't change the fact that in that moment, I don't think Dorit was wrong for wanting an apology. Was it funny? Was it snarky? Okay. Did it entertain the BravoCon crowd? Sure. But the fact that you didn't just say, you know what, Dorit, I'm sorry, girl. Like, I feel like maybe not on the stage of a BravoCon, but I feel like we've all made bad jokes at the expense of one of our friends that we thought was funny at the moment. And they come back later and tell us it wasn't funny. And all you can say in that moment is, I'm sorry. I don't apologize. And I know people say, you shouldn't say you're sorry. You should say you apologize. I might get caught up in the word game. But acknowledging that you hurt somebody, there's no, especially somebody you claim to care about. So, and the other thing is, I shouldn't have to tell you to apologize. So I think once Dorit had to say, I'm really surprised that you didn't lead with an apology. I'm gonna be honest. Anything that Erica says after that, I'm tuned out of it. I don't care. I'm tuned out and I don't care anymore, because I shouldn't have to tell you to apologize. Budget says, I wish they would leave the Ozempic alone, because as a diabetic, that is using Ozempic that had a month shortage in my area. Yeah, it's shortages on all of it, with Wegovy and Ozempic. The girl ain't lost weight from hormones. Hollywood comes up with anything but the truth. You better say it again. Erica is that friend you don't tell, ish you don't want thrown in your face later. I agree. Erica is definitely one of those people that on Mad Day, it's going to all come out. And then that's when we be fighting. Erica's a terrible friend. I do think Erica is a terrible friend. And later on, we see her talking to her therapist. And I thought it was the craziest thing when her therapist was like, basically what I feel like her therapist was telling her was, okay, girl, you have been wallowing in the shallow end of the pity pool for the last 3 years. And I get it. I understand it was a lot. But you're on the other side of the mountain right now. And now it's time for you to acknowledge that you're not the only person that's got some shit going on. And you need to be available to your friends like they tried to be available to you. I feel like that's what her therapist was trying to tell her. And then for Erica to turn around and say, well, I don't know how to do that. Can you teach me how to do that? Teach you how to be empathetic? See, now we borderline on serial killer vibes. How do you not have empathy for people? How do you not feel like, first of all, can't nobody teach you that? Like, nobody can teach you how to be empathetic. What are you talking about? But if you are truly saying that you do not possess empathy, we got bigger problems. We have bigger fish to fry if you can't show empathy. There you go, Budget. That's what I'm saying. She showed something ain't right with you, but see, and that's what I'm saying. So either A, girl, you borderlining on you are either A, borderlining on being a psychopath, or you playing in our face. All right. So the next person that had a beef was Kyle. Kyle feels like the ladies let her down last season, as it relates to the reunion and everything between her and Kathy. Let me say a couple of things. First of all, I'm not understanding why her smoke was geared towards Sutton and Dorit and not Erica. Because Erica sat on that stage shoulder to shoulder with Lisa Rinna. Erica was on Instagram responding to people, co-signing everything Lisa Rinna said. Remember, Erica was the one, Lisa called me while it was happening and I heard it. Y'all remember? Erica co-signed all that bullshit and Erica said that whatever Lisa said is what happened. So why was your smoke with Sutton? Girl, Sutton has shown you. Sutton has man, girl, Sutton has shown you that she not co-signing that bullshit. I don't understand what you wanted. Sutton, out of all the people on that couch, that's who you wanted to stand up for you, was Sutton. And then she said, and Dorit, girl, Dorit was the one that was in your dressing room with you while you was crying at the end of the damn episode trying to give you some good advice. I don't know what you wanted from these people, but let me tell you something. Taking the cameras out of this, taking reality TV out of this, at the bottom of all of this, you have two sisters who have a very complicated history for many, many, many years. I ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. We're not going to sit here and act like Kyle and Kathy just started having these problems 2 years ago when Kathy decided to come on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're not even going to act like this shit started 13 years ago when Kyle decided to go onto the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Kathy was upset at the way she felt like Kyle treated the other sister. We're not going to sit here and act like this shit just started. Y'all have had a very complicated history for many, going back to y'all's childhood. Because Kathy was the oldest and Kathy had a lot of responsibility on her. And you said yourself in this episode that Kathy acted like your mama and told you what to do. And y'all have butted heads for years. Y'all went years of not speaking to each other. I mean, we remember seeing that. Remember that time? That must have been like season 5 when they were in the same restaurant. I think Kyle was at lunch with Lisa. I think it was Lisa Rinna. And Kathy was there. And she didn't even know whether to go speak to Kathy because her and Kathy hadn't been speaking. Girl, what we not going to do? So I'm going to be honest with you. If I was on that couch, baby, I don't have nothing to say. That is between sisters. That is some family shit. I ain't getting in there. What were any of those women supposed to say? And I do feel like those women tried to have, and I mean, I know we see an edited version of it, but I do feel like those women tried to support both of y'all in that situation. But girl, what did you really want Sutton to do? Garcel, Crystal was friends with Kathy. Remember, that's how we met her. She came on the show as a friend of Kathy's. And Crystal even sort of went against Kathy a little bit to defend you. I remember that last season. That Crystal sort of like said some things to kind of check Kathy. And Kathy was like, wait, whoa, what? Who you talking to? We know that Sutton and Kathy have their own relationship. So you really thought, like, I don't know what you wanted from them people, but the person you should have been mad at was Miss Erica Jane, because Miss Erica Jane stood 10 toes down in that shit. If I remember correctly, Sutton and Garcel were the ones that were like, yeah, we don't believe that Kathy did all of that. So I don't know. So that was the second little relationship that people wanted to talk about. I don't feel like nobody else said nothing. I don't remember Crystal saying nothing. I don't remember Garcel. I don't really remember Sutton. They might have edited it out because let's be clear, they ain't really had nothing to say. Yes, I got my nails done today. Thank you. I had to leave work early today. I had to go take a COVID test, child. So thank God it came back negative. But I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my nails done now. All right. Kyle wanted everyone to do a gang on Kathy because this is her show and she thought she could rally the troops. Right. Kyle always wants someone to defend her and have her back, but she can't do the same for others. She never mentally graduated high school, and it shows every season. Ooh, go can't budget. Lisa Rinna's attack on Kathy wasn't about Kyle. If it was, she would have stopped when she saw how it affected Kyle. Right. She was trying. Right. I agree. So there, and the fact is, you're still friends with Lisa Rinna, Kyle. You're still friends with her. No, are they still friends? Well, Erica's still friends with Lisa. Wasn't Kyle with them in Vegas when they all went to Erica's show in Vegas? Wasn't Kyle there? I'm almost certain Kyle was there, but don't quote me on that part. So then we have a whole group hug. Yeah. And we're gonna promise to be better. Okay. Right. So you're hanging out with Lisa Rinna, but you mad at Sutton. Girl, make it make sense. Anyway. So that was pretty much that. If I forgot anything, put it in the comments. Because I don't have my notes in front of me, y'all. My bad. So next, we see Sutton having lunch with her friend Jennifer Tilly. Those who don't know who Jennifer Tilly is, she's an actress, comedian, advocate, LGBTQ advocate. She was really, really big in like the early 90s. I mean, I'm not saying she's not big now, but like you might remember her from like Bride of Chucky and all that kind of stuff. They're really good friends. You see that they've been traveling together. Garcel did say something when on at the reunion or when Spiderweb. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Sutton. And I understand that Sutton ain't for everybody. I like Sutton. For me, Sutton on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is what Mary Cosby is to me on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, she's not as eccentric, I'm going to say eccentric as a nice word, as Mary Cosby, but that's what Sutton is for me on this show, right? She says the crazy things. You know, she's quirky. She dresses a little different, but it's couture, honey. Same thing with Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby gonna dress a little different, but I promise you, it came out of somebody. It's got somebody's label on it. You know, she says what she's thinking. She don't always think about how it's gonna come out. She just say it. So for me, Sutton is very much the Mary Cosby of this show. I mean, again, we can definitely come up with differences, but that's what she reminds. That's that in that same window. Baby, listen. We knew that Sutton had the money. Sutton is what Real Housewives should be, right? Sutton, at the healing session, she mentioned that Kyle should be upset to the people, and the camera went to Erica and started the mess because at the end of the day. Right, exactly, Spiderweb. Thank you. Okay, so she said what I said. Thank you, Spiderweb. I do remember Garcel saying that. I remember Garcel saying that, child. Sutton sat down there and talked. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell you essentially what Sutton's conversation was. And then I pulled the article breaking down Sutton's divorce and the money that Sutton got. Now, we knew Sutton had money. We knew she got a nice divorce settlement. We knew that her and her husband were childhood sweethearts that got married. They built this empire together. And, you know, because of that, she walked away with a lot. And let me tell you what I love what Sutton said. First of all, Sutton said that she wants to be successful so that she can show her ex-husband, you didn't marry a dummy. You know that when we got married, she said, when we got married, we were equal. I worked, he worked. And I'm assuming they both made good money. She said, I got pregnant. I became a housewife. I raised my kids while he continued to build the empire. She said, but I'm more than somebody that can cook you dinner. And you know that. Like, you know who you married. Oh, thank you for becoming a member of Real Tea with Krista Marie. Okay, Real Tea with Krista Marie. Come on in. And thank you for becoming a member, my love. Thank you so much. She said, and you know that. Like, you knew who I was. You know I'm not stupid. You know I'm very intelligent. So I want to be a successful businesswoman because, one, I want to show my daughter that she could be a successful businesswoman. She doesn't need a man. She said, two, because I earned this. Like, what I love is that she was like, listen, now I ain't no fool. I'm going to keep taking this settlement. I'm going to keep taking my spousal support because I earned it. See, I think this is where we get caught up. And when I say we, you know, I ain't talking about y'all. I ain't talking about the tribe. I'm talking about people. I think we get caught up and we misunderstand because the system sometimes has been abused. I think we get caught up and we forget that spousal support, it is a legitimate situation. When you have created a situation where, let's just take Sutton, for example. We're going to just take Sutton. She was working when they got married. Right? She had the children because only the woman can do that. Only the woman can do that. So she had the children, and as a result, I'm sure conversations between her and her husband, they decided she'll stay home and raise the children. Well, once the kids got to a certain age, for whatever reason, their marriage fell apart. I ain't done the research. I ain't looking it up, but their marriage fell apart. But what I feel like Sutton was saying was, listen, we're not going to act like I didn't contribute to the success of this empire. And I earned, you're not giving me anything. I earned this. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to build the business and I'm going to become financially independent based off of what I earned. And that's what she's doing. And I respect her for, listen, I love Sutton. And Sutton is what we want to see as a housewife. That if she wake up one morning and decides she want to buy her a new Bentley, she calls her good girlfriend and says, girl, ride me down to the dealership. I'm about to go test drive some Bentleys because I'm in the mood for a new car. And I deserve it. Okay? If she says, listen, as a kid, I rode horses and I want me a horse. And she defines, and the horse lives in the Netherlands, not only can I afford to buy the horse, I can afford to get the horse from the Netherlands to LA. See, that is what I want in a housewife. Okay? That is what I want in a housewife. Okay, right? Spousal support was created because when is someone going to go after not working outside of the home full-time for 20 years? Right. Exactly. Plus, Sutton was married to the man 16 years. Plus, she contributed in outside. Right. Exactly. Now, let me read y'all this article. I pulled this article. I'm going to just break this down because, it came out, whatever. She must have had like an NDA or something like that that's expired now because, baby, they put it all out there on this episode. We've never got this much information about Sutton's divorce. We've gotten a lot of, we got a lot of questions or whatever. But let me read y'all this article real quick. And I'm getting this out of, this is coming from yahoo.com. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sutton Stracke's divorce settlement revealed huge monthly payout. Sutton Stracke is receiving a hefty monthly payout from her ex-husband, Christian Stracke. Christian bought a birthday cake to Sutton's birthday celebration. Then he called the next day to tell her that he filed for divorce. What a prince. That's some shit to find out how your husband wanted to divorce you. During the season 13 premiere of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sutton shared more details about her marriage to Christian. When my ex-husband and I got married, we were on equal footing, she explained. After the couple welcomed their first child, she stopped working. My power diminished. This became, here's your allowance. I will never allow that to happen again. She also reflected on receiving spousal support. She said, spousal support, they come to you with an anchor. I'm not going to give that up, but I don't want the anchor. So in other words, I'm going to keep taking this money, but I don't want to rely on this money. I want that money to be something I put in a bank that I don't necessarily need, okay? Radar Online obtained a copy of the divorce settlement from 2018. They were married in May of 2000 in New York. Christian filed for divorce the day after Sutton's birthday. 2 days after. He filed on September the 22nd. Her birthday is September the 20th. His claim say that the date of separation was May 31st, 2016. So he's trying to say that they have been separated since May of that year. Christian agreed to pay Sutton the tidy sum of $300,000 per month as long as she lives. Wait a minute, hold up. I need y'all to hear what I just said. $300,000 a month until she dies. It doesn't say she can't get remarried. It says until she dies. $300,000 a month until she died. That's not a year. That's a month. He also has to pony up $50,000 a month in child support. They share 3 children. Now, the child support has probably ran out because I believe her youngest daughter is in college now. If it hasn't run out, it's going to run out probably in the next couple of years. But it don't matter. When you get $300,000 a month, child, you can have that extra 50. You can have that extra 50. The former couple shared joint physical and legal custody of their kids. Christian also set up a $3 million trust fund for their children and will add to it. So when they got divorced, each one of the 3 kids had a $3 million trust, but it says he'll add to it. So who knows what it looks like now. Sutton and Christian split their art collection, including pieces in storage. Child, now you know, when you just got art in storage, child, Sutton received a home in Georgia and one in Los Angeles. So she got 2 houses. She was awarded a lump sum payment of $1.2 million. She walked away with 3 vehicles, a Range Rover, a Cadillac, and a 2015 Chevy Suburban. She also kept her jewelry, couture clothing, and Andy Warhol prints. Sutton kept a bank account with $86,000 in it and a personal account with $800,000 in it. Listen, if I was Garcel, I would keep Sutton as a friend too. Y'all can hate on Garcel if y'all want to. Garcel ain't no fool. Shit. Sutton's ex-husband kept half of a retirement account with more than $500,000 in it, as well as other bank accounts with over $1.4 million. Christian also maintained 1/2 interest in their businesses. He kept his apartment in Venice, which was purchased after they separated. He was allowed to keep his art from West Africa. He probably stole it. I shouldn't say that. Whenever I hear Africa and white people, I just think they stole it. Anyway, and his separate property. I'm a big Sutton fan. I'm glad she made it out well in the divorce after the way her ex dropped her. That was nasty. Okay, that's a quote from somebody. It doesn't say who that quote came from. Y'all, listen. Real T said, plus half of a minor league baseball team. Yeah. What's up, DC Kool-Aid, Elisa? Yo, Kool-Aid, you are looking good, girl. I see you. I see that weight loss. You looking good. Keep it up. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. You looking good, girl. So what is Kyler talking about that Sutton needs or wants to be in Kathy's graces? Right. Like, listen, let's be clear. First of all, Sutton was probably already in Kathy's Rolodex. Sutton was probably already in Kathy's Rolodex before Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because I feel like Sutton just moves in those circles. I feel like that's who Sutton is, right? Remember, if we go back to Sutton's first season, remember, she gets flued out to Dolce & Gabbana to have private screenings of their couture collections, right? She gets the crowns every year. Like, that's what, and this, okay, I know little baby gonna remember all of my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills OGs. Y'all remember Sutton's first season? Remember when Sutton offered to help Denise Richards in her issues with Charlie Sheen? And remember, Denise got an attitude with her. I was like, I don't need her help. I could afford my lawyers. I don't need her help. Bitch, I bet you can't do what her lawyers did. I bet you your lawyers can't do what her lawyers did. See, the one who was trying to put you up on game, Denise, the one who was trying to help you out because she was trying to let you know, listen, this what I got. This what I did. Now, I know her circumstances are different. But she tried to help you. She said, listen, you got a crazy ex-husband. I have good lawyers, and I'm going to help you out. And Denise got a whole attitude with that woman. Now, again, I know she didn't know her from a hole in the wall. I get that. But girl, she told her to get a forensic accountant. She sure did. Listen, she told that woman, you better go on and get you a forensic accountant. And she offered her the money to pay for the lawyer. See, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes we be looking give horses in the face because we so caught up with our own egos that we be looking give horses in the face sometimes. Girl, get out your own. Let me tell y'all something. Right. Sutton said she would give her a divorce loan and get her a forensic accountant. She sure did. She offered Erica help too. Now, Erica's case, I don't think it was nothing to find. But she offered Erica help too. But see, y'all already know how I feel about that whole Erica situation. Well, some of y'all don't know. Let me give y'all a quick recap for the people who wasn't here and they don't know how I feel about it. I do not believe that Erica walked away as penniless as she tries to pretend like she did. Erica backed up a U-Haul truck to that house and she took everything she wanted out of that house when she left Girardi. I think Erica absolutely knew the feds were knocking on that back door. That's why she went out the front door. I do not believe that Erica knew he was stealing money from his clients. I don't believe that. I just don't. I don't believe she was aware of, I don't think Erica cared how the money was coming. I think she just cared as long as the money was there. By her own admission, she knew the jig was up when her credit card started getting declined. And that's when she made her move. So I think Erica knew the money was gone, and I think Erica knew the jig was up and it was time to move on. But I don't believe that Erica walked away with nothing. Anyway, that's another child. We didn't talk about that one. Okay. Erica is sneaky and I got tea. Well, come on, Real Tea with the tea. I'm going to drop the link in a few minutes, girl. She been funneling money through her ex-time. I believe it. I don't know that to be true. That's my opinion. My opinion is that I believe it, but I believe it, Real Tea. I believe it. Right, and that's it, Cindy. She didn't accept the help because I think Erica is more culpable than what she's trying to pretend like she is. Right, allegedly. Right, girl. So that was the Sutton story, and I was here for all of that, and I love me some Sutton. Child, anytime Sutton is like, listen, it's one thing to have a friend that got a luxury car, and when y'all want to go places, that y'all always want to ride with that friend because that friend got the nice car. I mean, I tell y'all all the time that I have friends that have Teslas, I have friends that have BMWs, I have friends that have all these really nice vehicles, and I'm always ready to ride in their car. Let's be clear. Now, part of it is because I don't really like driving, and I'm always ready to ride in anybody's car, but definitely ready to ride in a luxury vehicle. But that's on a different level when your friend can say, oh, y'all need to get to Vegas? Well, I'm going to pull up in my private jet. Remember when they went to see Erica Jane on Broadway before the Panorama and Sutton flew them there in her private jet? See, that's a different level of friendship right there. That is what we love the Housewives for. That is the Housewives that we want to see. Moving on. Sutton and Garcel is why I'm hanging in for the show. I watched it. I like them together, and I think they're legitimate friends. Like, I think they have built a legitimate friendship. And I do. I really believe they're friends. I do. And I think they're cute together. I really do. Okay. So that's that scene. So then we see I think Garcel and her sons was next, or it was either that or it was Dorit and Kyle next. But let's talk about Dorit and Kyle next. Who doesn't tell the hospital that this 85-year-old man was unconscious? Yeah, girl. Listen, we tore that story up, Real Tea. We tore that whole story up with Erica and the child. That whole thing was bogus. Right, pick me up. I'll be Miss Daisy. Okay, well, if you like to drive, because I don't mind road trips. I don't like that. I'll do a road trip in a minute, but city driving, parking. Anyway. So let's talk about Dorit and Kyle and this lunch. Y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't believe none of this conversation. I felt like that conversation was very contrived. I felt like they had already talked about what they were going to talk about. I felt like it was very much, I'm going to say this and you're going to say that, and then we're going to say this, and then you're going to do this crazy look. And then I really felt like that. I felt like Kyle and Dorit were both setting up their whole storyline for the rest of the season, with Dorit talking about how PK just hasn't been there for her, and he was in London when she needed him the most, and how he just hasn't been supportive, and how she loves him, but they just haven't been connecting. Y'all, I was watching that scene and I was like, in my mind, I was like, bullshit. That whole scene in my mind, I was like, bullshit. Then you have Kyle saying, well, I mean, marriages, sometimes they just don't last. Sometimes, you just don't feel that support. I just didn't believe nothing in this scene, y'all. And people in the comments were like, it's the first episode, blah, blah, blah. But I just wasn't here for none of it. I honestly, like, seriously, I was watching it and I was like, and I wrote, I said it in my review. If y'all saw my review from Wednesday, I said it and I was just sitting there watching it and I was like, wait, the 10K cash was crazy. Why would Dorit withdraw 10K to buy Christmas gifts? Why can't she use her cards? Oh, I missed that. What about the 10K spider web? I missed all of that. See, I must have zoned out that whole conversation because I don't even know what you're talking about, girl. I'm sorry. What 10K? What I missed, y'all? She said she had $10,000 in cash in the house to buy Christmas gifts. Is that what she had said? When they robbed, that's why she had the $10,000. That's what she said. I missed it. I'm not being funny. I really, really missed it. I must have zoned out because I don't know what you're talking about, boo. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I zoned all that out. Damn, I missed the whole thing. Now we're gonna talk about Dorit and PK and their situation. We're gonna get to that in a second. We do know that literally after the premiere, or maybe during the premiere of the episode, I saw it the next morning. I saw it when I woke up the next day. Dorit and PK have announced that they are separated. And they've been separated for like the last 7 months or something like that. Hey, what's up, nephew? I hear that he's living in London now. If Dorito and Erica made a baby, it would look just like Emma Slater, Miles' new girl, and Kyle Lyer's face looks funny. Wow, Real T. Real T is coming up in that chat. Woo, you better look. She is laying it out. Laying it out. You said Krista Marie. Okay, that's her. Laying it out in the chat. What's up, nephew? Y'all, listen, we getting to the end of the month. Y'all make sure y'all checking out House of D over there with his Vlogoween. Is that what it's called? Vlogoween? Like we do Vlogmas. You doing a Vlogoween over there. Y'all go check out. Even though it's almost the end of the month, y'all go check my nephew out with his Halloween videos and scary movies and things of that nature. Y'all go check him out over there. Then they came out and people to deny that they're separated. Well, who said they were there with it? I just can't. Right here. Y'all make sure y'all check out House of D. If you type in House of D, it'll come up. Elsa Jean was Mauricio's mistress from the last few years, allegedly. Ooh. Okay, he's doing a giveaway Monday at 8:00. So we're gonna do a little quick commercial. Here's the way that works. Y'all go over to House of D and y'all go look at his Vlogoween videos, and then he is giving a giveaway. He's on a giveaway on Monday based on who can answer questions from those videos. So if y'all want to go see what he's giving away, y'all go check it out over there. I'm not going to tell y'all more than that. Y'all got to go over there and see. And then on Monday night, y'all tune in so y'all can win the giveaway he's doing. And Tracy just dropped the link in the chat. Thank you, my love. So let's get to this Garcel conversation with her sons. And this is where y'all going to get mad at me. And I love y'all anyway. And I know y'all love me too. But here's where some of y'all gonna probably get mad at me because some people got mad at me in the comments, and it's okay because that's what we're here for. I love y'all. Y'all keep it respectful, so I don't have no problem with y'all disagreeing with me, child. That's what life is about. I know that I'm old school when it comes to children and raising children, and I know I don't have any children, so my opinion for a lot of people doesn't count because I don't have kids. But I deal with kids all day long, okay? So even though I do not have my own children, hey, Love, I deal with children all day long. Now, Garcel has her sons. Now, her sons are getting older now. Like when they're twins. They're in high school now. They're both 15. Well, they're twins, duh. They're 15. And they're at that age, right? They are teenagers, and they're at that age where they really just want parents to take care of their needs and leave them a hell alone, right? Make sure there's food in the house. Give me a ride to where I want to go. Give me money to do the things I want to do. Buy me the stuff that I want you to buy, but just leave me alone. I don't want to hug you. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to cuddle with you. I don't want to tell you how my day was. I don't want to tell you who I'm dating. And I'm not saying this is true for all teenagers. I know relationships are different between children and their parents. I'm just giving a general statement of what teenagers do, right? This is just a general overview of teenagers, right? But with that being said, this is my opinion. At the beginning of this scene, we see them at the gas station, and this little boy, Jax, don't even know how to pump gas. This little boy, Jax, did not even know how to pump gas. Okay? Now, the other son does know how. He was telling his brother how to pump the gas. Now, that's interesting that one knows how to pump the gas and the other one, but they twins and they in the same house. But that should tell you something, right? One knows how to pump the gas. The other one didn't know how to pump the gas. So Garcel takes them to the beach. Now, Garcel, I say this in my review, girl, with that beach house. I personally am okay with you not having the beach house. I know that things take time, construction moving a little slow, all that. You know, the economy is what it is, girl. But you know that people go, you did a whole scene down to the beach and you didn't mention that damn beach house. Or if you did, they cut it out, girl. You had a whole scene last season with this beach house you bought that you was going to renovate, and girl, and you had a whole scene down to the beach, and we didn't hear nothing about no beach house. But that's just a sidebar. That's just a sidebar, okay? We find out that the boys are living between both parents. That's what happens in a joint custody situation. I feel like Garcel lives close enough to her husband that the kids are still at the same school. Doesn't matter, you know, like they're not too far from their school at either residence. So I don't feel like she lives ridiculously far from her ex-husband. And when she's working, the boys stay with him, but it doesn't sound like she's an absentee mom. Like it doesn't sound like they're with her ex-husband for months and months and months at a time. I mean, the other son, I forget his name. I know it's Jackson, and I forget the other one's name. He was like, "You've been gone for a year," and she was like, "Girl, I wasn't gone for not girl." She was like, "I was not gone for a year. You're exaggerating." She said it was 3 weeks. He was like, "Well, it felt like a year." So I was like, "Okay, they're just exaggerating." But I feel like ultimately they miss her. I feel like they prefer to stay with her than to stay with him. And the other son was like, "It's boring at Dad's house. Like, I want to stay at your house because it's boring over there." So that tells me that maybe there's a little more interaction, that Garcel spends a little bit more time and they do more activities, and maybe that the dad just gives him a room full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know this to be true, y'all. I'm picking up on clues. I'm just picking up on clues. So Garcel asked them, because somebody said that in the comments. Well, she asked, and he was just being honest. Let me tell y'all something. There's 2 things I want to say to that. You can be honest without being rude. And that goes for anybody. That goes from adults on down to children. You can be honest with somebody without being rude. And yes, she asked them how they felt about what she could do better. But his response wasn't, "Well, Mom, I wish you would do this. And Mom, maybe we could do that. And Mom, maybe this could happen." What he said to her was, "There's nothing you can do. It's too late now. I don't need you." That's what he said. She said, "Well, you know, I feel like you don't let me parent you. Like last week when you had a cold and I tried to take your temperature and I wanted to bring you." And then he cut her off. He didn't even let her finish what she was saying. He was like, "Well, it's too late now. Like when I needed you to do that was years ago. I don't need that now. Like I don't need you to parent me now." Excuse the fuck out of me? First of all, and I don't know Garcel, and I ain't there in Garcel's house, so I ain't about to sit here and say what Garcel did or didn't do as a parent, because I don't know. But I can say what I don't believe Garcel did or didn't do as a parent. I don't believe that Garcel wasn't there to parent you, sir. I don't believe that Garcel wasn't there to give you soup and give you tea and check your temperature when you got sick. I don't believe that. Do I believe that Garcel was a working parent and she wasn't always home? Yeah, I do. I believe that. Because she's a working parent, but she's also an actress. So we know that takes you away. We get that. We definitely know that. right? The conversation, in my opinion, went downhill from there. And I felt like he was rude. I felt like he was disrespectful. And I felt like he was purposely trying to be hurtful to her. I honestly felt like in his mind, he was like, I have an audience, i.e. the camera, and I'm going to embarrass my mother. That is what I felt. I'm not saying that was his intention. I'm saying that's what I felt. I felt like he was trying to embarrass that woman. I felt like he was trying to embarrass her. And I felt like he was purposefully being rude and dismissive. And again, she asked him, what can I do better? And his response was, you can't do nothing. I don't need you now. Sir, you are 15 years old and you don't know how to pump gas. You absolutely need her. First of all, you 15 years old. You probably go to one of the best private schools in Los Angeles because your daddy got money and your mama got a little change. So you probably go to one of the best private schools in LA, or even if you go to Beverly Hills High, we know, and I'm not talking about 90210, the TV show, but we know just in general that Beverly Hills High is damn near a private school that a lot of actors and actresses' kids go to. We know that Rob Lowe and Robin Thicke, and we know a lot of those kids went to Beverly Hills High. So even if they're going to Beverly Hills High, which I don't think they do, I believe they're in private school. You are in one of the best private schools in the country, definitely in LA, right? I'm sure you don't need or want from anything. Between your two parents who both have a little change, you don't need or want for anything. You just got your permit, which means that you're going to get your license and you're going to probably get a brand. You and your brother are going to probably get matching Range Rovers when y'all get your driver's license or something like that, right? Or even if they have to share the car, it's still going to be $100,000 car. Like, let's just call the thing a thing, y'all. And you had the audacity to sit there in front of that camera and tell your mama that she don't parent you and that when you needed her, it was 2 years ago and it's too late now. Sir, miss me with that. Well, I ain't going to say sir because you're a little boy. And see, here's my problem. And this is where some of y'all going to disagree with me. And I understand it. That's okay because I'm old school. We just give kids too much of an opportunity to think that they're on our level. They're not. That's part of the problem now is that these kids think that they're on our level. I had a student say that to me today. We were in class and the kids are not supposed to eat in my class. I saw a mouse in my class from earlier this week. You know why? Because they're looking for something to eat. They're trying to get warm. Earlier this week, it was cold. So they was coming in. They was trying to find, because we got mice. Let's just call it a thing. The school got mice, it got roaches, it got whatever. Okay. And so I saw a student today eating, and I said, see, that's why I don't want y'all eating in my room, because when the creepy crawlies come around, they look for food. They don't stay places where they can't get fed. They might come through, but they won't stay. They might visit, but they won't stay. And one of the students said to me, because one of my, I have a co-teaching class, so I have another teacher in this particular class, and she gonna say, well, Mr. So-and-so gets to eat. I said, see, that's the problem. He's an adult. He's an adult, and you're a child. And we have a different set of rules. I said, now, when you have to follow the rules that I follow, then you could be an adult. I said, when you got to come in here and you have to write a lesson plan and you got to stand up here and teach and you got to grade papers and you have to do detention and you have to call parents and you got to do all the things that I have to do as an adult, then we on the same level. But for right now, you are a child and I'm an adult and I got a different set of rules. I can eat in here. You know why I can eat in here? Because I know how to clean up behind myself. See, we have allowed these kids to think that they are on our level. They are not. And that's part of the problem. We're not the same. That's my opinion. Now, I know some people going to disagree. No, see, the kids are not like the kids before. We got to talk to the kids and we got to do this and do that. No, we don't. No, we don't. I'm sorry. I disagree. So when you sit down there and you try to have it, I'm sorry. To me, I'm not saying that you don't treat kids. I'm not saying that kids' voices don't count. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is they can't think that their voices trump mine. And I'm sorry if people don't agree with that. I'm sorry if people feel like, no, kids are people too. They are, but they're children. They're minors for a reason. They can't do certain things for a reason because Our country has decided that cognitively they're not ready. Now, I understand people can say, yeah, well, the country decided it, but I didn't decide it. I say that my kids can do da-da-da-da-da. Okay, sure. And you're going to be visiting them in jail. Sorry. Or the morgue. I know that's a harsh thing to say, but let me tell you something. I deal with these kids every day. Kids do not have a healthy fear. Notice I said healthy fear. Kids do not have a healthy fear of us anymore. And again, notice I said a healthy fear. I don't think it's anything wrong with your kids being a little scared of you. If there is no fear of consequences to bad behavior, then bad behavior doesn't stop. And here's why it's important. So let me, I'm gonna give y'all this example and then we're gonna move on. Because I'm gonna drop the link in 10 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all this example and then we're gonna move on. Here's why kids need to have a healthy fear of you. Here's why you can't always stop to explain shit and break shit down for kids. Here's why. Okay. If we're walking down the street, if I have my nephew with me and we're walking down the street and I see danger up ahead, it could be a dog off of a leash. It could be two people arguing. And I think it might get a little, testy. It could be somebody driving erratically and I could feel like maybe they're a drunk driver. Like if I see a danger because I'm the adult and I understand and I have cognitive ability and I can see things that these kids can't see. And I tell my nephew, get in the yard. Listen, I need him to get his ass in that yard. And I need him to understand that the tone in my voice lets him know that this isn't a conversation. See, I ain't always got time to explain nothing to nobody. If I tell you get in the yard, get your ass in that yard. If I tell you go in the house, go in the house. If I tell you shut up, I need you to shut up. See, when we start making kids think that they have a right to our explanation and that they are on the same level that we are on, that's part of the problem when people say these kids out here are just crazy and they don't care and they this and they that, because they have been led to believe that they the same as us, and they're not. We ain't the same, homie. Now I'm going to get off my soapbox. Give me a quick second. I got to run to give me a quick second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So anyway, let's get to this last scene, and then I'm gonna drop the link. Okay, let's get to this last scene, and then I'm gonna drop the link. This last scene was again a scene that I thought was fake. Kyle and Mauricio. Kyle has been on this show for 13 seasons. For 13 seasons, we have never seen, well, never is a strong word, but we generally have not seen any cracks and crevices in the foundation that is Kyle and Mauricio. Perfect? No. We know that nobody's relationship is perfect. No matter what they want to show us, we know that nobody's relationship is perfect. But we have not seen cracks or crevices. In that one scene, Kyle wants us to believe that this man is disrespectful, is rude, is aware. She's talking about she got tattoos that he don't know anything about. She act like she got full sleeves done. Girl, you got a little heart put on your ankle. He was supposed to see that. The two that you can see every day, he knew about. The one on her arm, and then it was another one. But you had a little heart, and it wasn't even colored in, y'all. It was just an outline of a heart on her ankle. And then it was another one that she said she has on her stomach or whatever. And then when he was like, oh, wow, I didn't even know about that. Girl, you act like you had a whole sleeve done. You act like you covered up your whole chest. Then y'all are trying to coordinate the schedules. He said, well, listen, I have to go to Portugal during Portia's spring break. Let's make it a vacation. Let's make it a family vacation. I can't do that. I have stuff to do. Girl, what you got to do? What you doing, Kyle? Because you're the type of mama like my mama was. My mama made sure that her schedule was clear when we had vacations, right? So during Christmas break, my mama always made sure that she had enough leave to take off between Christmas and New Year's because she knew we was going to be home between Christmas and New Year's. My mama was always off the day after Thanksgiving. My mama was always off the week between Christmas and New Year's. Now, my daddy, not always, but my mama, absolutely. Now, we got off a couple of days before Christmas. My mama might have had to, do some things, maneuver some things. We might have had to stay at grandma's house or whatever. And my grandmother lived with us. My father's mother lived with us most of our life. So my mama might not have been there for our whole Christmas break, but my mama made sure that she blocked off that week between Christmas and New Year's. Same thing for spring break. My mama always made sure that she was not working during our spring break. She checked the school calendar the first day of school, and she made sure them dates was done. Kyle, you ain't got shit to do during Portia's spring break. The man said, let's go to Portugal. Now all of a sudden he is so, and you can even Mauricio was sitting there like, what? Like he looked so confused. Like he was like, this ain't how this supposed to go. Like this ain't how the scene is supposed to play out. Like he didn't look like he was in on it. He looked like, and then she was like, I'm just not putting up with your bullshit anymore. No, I'm just not letting people push you around anymore. Man, take that energy over to Kathy house because that's who it's for. That's who that energy is for. Take that energy over to Kathy house. Don't be taking out on the rest of us because you didn't finally let your balls drop and now you got some smoke for Kathy Hilton. Girl, go on over to Kathy house with that shit. Call her. Maybe she can find her phone today. I don't know. But you coming at Mauricio, and I ain't saying Mauricio's perfect. I ain't saying none of that. But you coming at Mauricio like, and he was looking like, what the fuck is you talking about? Girl, this ain't what we... Because, I know Mauricio be in on it, too. He's like, this ain't what we planned. This ain't what we said we was going to talk about. Girl, what is you talking about? That whole scene to me was so contrived and fake. And I feel like it was contrived and fake on Kyle's part. I'm not saying that her and Mauricio aren't legitimately having issues. That's not what I'm saying. But that scene was weird. It was weird. She was like, it's weird to have to make an appointment to sit down with your husband to plan out your schedule. Listen, unfortunately, I have friends who have to do that with their husband. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I called her and I could hear her husband in the background. And she was like, girl, she said, that's just so-and-so. She said, we're getting ready to sit down and go over our calendars. She said, isn't that crazy? We have to sit down and go over our calendars. Girl, sometimes it happens. You work, your husband work. Y'all got a kid that's in 20 different activities. You have family. They got family. Like, it happens. Sometimes you got to coordinate the schedule. One of my friends, hell, she got my best friend, y'all know I talk about her all the time. She got 20 different Google calendars. And she got all the family's phones are all linked to the calendar. She got her work calendar, her husband's work calendar. His calendar, the kids' activity. I always exaggerate and be like, she got 20 kids. She got 5 kids though, but But she has 5 kids ranging from a freshman in college all the way down to the baby, I think, is in like 4th grade. They got Girl Scouts. They have sports. They have after school activities. One of the her next to oldest son, well, her oldest son, her next to oldest child, he's in 11th grade, but he's taking college classes, so his schedule is different, right? It's all kind. It doesn't mean that your marriage is falling apart. You know, it just means that, okay, we need to sit down and we need to figure this out, and then we got to make sure that we're still making time for ourselves. Now, again, I ain't saying Mauricio is innocent. Right, you tired just for me going through it. Exactly. She child, they tired too. I don't know how she keep up with all the shit they got going on, but she doesn't, honey, with her 5 Google Calendars, child. But my thing is, it was just weird. Okay, now I'm gonna drop the link. Now I do have 2 articles I'm gonna go over, but I'm gonna drop the link. We're gonna be here for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna stay for about 30 more minutes. So I'm gonna drop the link and I'm gonna let y'all come up and say what y'all want to say. Please be mindful to be respectful. I don't have no problem with you moderately, cursing, but we're gonna watch, heavy bombs. Okay, we're gonna watch the heavy bombs. And then I'm gonna read you an article about Dorit and PK situation, and then we're gonna read an article about Kyle and Mauricio. Okay. Remember, over here, you do not have to show your face, but I do have to confirm that you are a person before I bring you up on the platform. I make sure that you're not, that you're not a troll backstage. So I don't need to, like I said, I don't need you don't need to come on and show your face on camera, but I just need to verify some things. Okay. So let me read, while I'm waiting for people to come up, let me read y'all this first article on Dorit and PK and their finances, because this might put some things into perspective about what I said earlier about I'm not too sure that Dorit ever really loved PK. I think she loved what she thought PK could do for her, and now he can't do it no more. But that's just my opinion. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Okay. This article is coming from Yahoo Entertainment, Reality T. Okay, so this is not what you're going to see on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Remember when PK Hemsley was being chased by the Bellagio? Remember, he owed him $2 million. Now he's being stalked by Uncle Sam. Unfortunately for Dorit, she's in trouble too. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills returned last night, and the name of the game is marriage trouble. Funny though, while Dorit was being open and honest about her love life, her financial life, a different story. The Kemsleys are back in hot water, according to the U.S. Sun. The only person who even got close to clocking Dorit and PK over their money woes was Camille Grammer. Remember, Camille called Dorit out about owing them people money? Well, all of that was shut down almost immediately. Maybe she'll get another shot on social media because once again, Dorit and PK have unmanaged their money. Probably explains why Dorit served Kyle Richards a Totino's pizza for their little lunch. PK owes about $1 million to the U.S. government right now. You remember the Bellagio was taking a hard look. This article is shady, but I'm gonna read it. Was taking a hard look at PK's needs. He paid off a $2.2 million debt to the Vegas casino in January 2022. Here, where I asked, are PK? Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Legal doc shows that Dorit paid $635,000 tax lien from a joint 2015 taxes with PK. A federal lien was released in March of 2023, clearing Dorit of any pending debt, but only Dorit and PK was still accountable. Unfortunately, she still needs to pay 2017 and 2018 taxes. Child, that $635,000 was just from 2015. She's still over 2017 and 2018, child. Right now, Dorit has an outstanding balance to the IRS of $90,000 from a tax lien filed in June of 2021. The pre-existing financial issues, it didn't stop Dorit from getting her face. You see, they're being shady again. PK is the only one who really needs to cut back, it seems. He owes $986,000 in taxes. Baby, that's $1 million in taxes. Additionally, he needs to pay $230,000 from 2014 and $58,000 from 2016. The IRS, let's not forget the $293,000 from his 2014 and 2015 taxes, and a whopping $400,000 from 2016 to the state of California. All right, you want to come on camera? You want to show your face? I'm going to let you up. You okay with showing your face, Reality T? Okay.
Hey, guys. I'm not in my studio. My background's a mess. I'm not about that.
No, look at my background, child. I got sneakers and everything else back here.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a mess. I'm not going to play. I'm like, let me just go up. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, thanks for becoming a member. Thanks for coming over.
I was like, I'm not done talking about this. And I'm like, let me see who's talking about it. And that was the longest 5 minutes of my life. They're like, you got to wait 5 minutes to chat. I'm like, you're only 3 minutes because when you subscribe, and I'm like, I'm trying. I guess I'm like a mouse. I can't. Oh.
Well, thank you for coming over and finding us and becoming a member and stuff. Girl, give us the tea. What's going on? All
right.
So you tell us you got all the tea.
All right. So I get all my information. I get most of my information. So a lot of it comes from Dana Wilkie on her Patreon. Dana Wilkie's $25,000 on this. Okay. I trust her, and she has receipts in her Patreon. So the thing with Mauricio, these rumors about him and this Elsa Jean, this is alleged, but I'm going to say it's true. She's Brandy's best friend. She does OnlyFans of Brandy. She's a porn star. He's been messing with her for years. And these rumors are not new. You can probably just Google this and find out, right?
Yeah, I've heard about Mauricio having an affair. I didn't remember the lady's name, but this isn't the first time we heard about an affair. Yeah.
And like, there's some stuff with Dorit, okay, that I feel, there was a scene last season where she kissed his back, and it was weird. It looks like you're never going to tell me that the way that she kissed his back, they did like a 4-person hug after the break-in, and I can't even tell. I'm not even going to do it on camera. The way she kissed his back, and it's not like you got confused and thought it was PK. Like, it was a cuddle puddle, but you're not going to get confused.
I remember that because we brought that up when it happened. It was like she was really like hugging on Mauricio. Like, that was a lot. Yeah, I do remember that. Mm-hmm.
What I suspect now with Kyle is, do I think she's doing it for a storyline? I think it's a happy stance. It's convenient. What I feel is that something might have happened last year. So she's okay with what he does as long as it's not in her inner circle. That's what I truly believe. Okay. I think that he lost respect for her somewhere down the line to do this in her face. Like, I feel like Elsa Jean allegedly might have gotten pregnant. And I don't know. And I feel like, that was too much for Kyle at this point. And then I think maybe that scene with Dorit is a lot too. Because she probably didn't see that until afterwards, right? Because it was on camera. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you don't hear nothing out of PK and Dorit for months, right? This last couple months. But we hear everything about Kyle and Mauricio. She doesn't want us talking about it, but she wants us talking about it. And I think Morgan Wade is actually her half sister. Yes. I believe that wholeheartedly. I'll say allegedly, but I don't know for sure. But listen, if you're going to get it.
So from her daddy's side or from her mama's side?
Her dad. Her dad had affairs. It's not a secret. Her dad.
Her dad was out there. Yeah.
He traveled, so it would make sense to get a tattoo of somebody that was like your long half sister, like not somebody you just met and you're hanging out with all the time. And I don't think they're in a relationship because, like, even in that video, there's nothing going on. That video, they didn't touch or anything. I
thought they kissed in the video. They didn't kiss in the video.
No, I don't think so. There wasn't like but see, I also feel like Kyle might think that's okay and cool because, like, oh, we're half sisters. We were just kidding. I just it was she wasn't a fan of the show. Morgan wasn't. And they just happily met on Instagram. Like, there's a lot of weirdness with it. But to get really that close, and then you're doing a documentary with her. When did you become a documentarist, Kyle, or whatever? They were like, documentarist. Like, where did that come from? And now listen, if I'm right, it would make sense, And I think that also was like, oh, that was a happy stance. Like, hey, look at us over here instead of looking over here what he's done. Because they've also taken out money on their house. They've taken out cash out mortgages on their house recently. So, like, we realized one of them was buying the other one out. because they're like, we're not getting the divorce, but why are you taking out $500,000 on your house when you're loaded? You guys are loaded, unless somebody's buying somebody out to stay there. Yeah. They got money.
Remember Lisa Rinna last year took a bunch of money out of her house, and we were like,
She's another. I feel bad because Lisa kind of, I think she mixed up fame and fortune. Like, I think she feels like you need to have fame and fortune, that one for the other. And I think like it just got caught up in her head. Like, she's already famous. She already has money. We already know who you are. Like, and I just, her losing, thinking that she's losing her spot, and then to go nuts like that. And like, and like try to take Kathy down, and whether I don't agree with anything Kathy does, but I also feel with Kyle, there's issues. Like, there's so much deep-rooted issues with her and Kathy that stop talking about it on camera.
And that's right.
He's so afraid of Kathy. Why are you saying what you're saying on camera? Acting all like you're, like you said, all cool now. Oh, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're, why are you talking back to your husband? I understand Kyle, like, he's already caught or something, or he's smoking pot on camera, which it's all legal and everything. But I feel like he somehow lost respect for her over the years, because why are you acting like a fool on camera? You're embarrassing her. And it's not that I agree with everything she does, but he was acting like a fool last year. He laughed at the Jax comment with Erica and then said he didn't know the context of it. Well, what context would that be funny? It wasn't funny no matter what context it's said in. So that whole excuse of I didn't know the context of the situation of Erica yelling at Jax, really? Because any context that would be funny? Like, he laughed about it.
No, that was a bad look. Yeah, that was. And then, again, it's okay to say I screwed up. I'm sorry. It's okay to. I don't know why people can't just say, "Yeah, I screwed up." I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Because even Erica was like, "Oh, well, I was taking the Zoloft and drinking." Like, just say I screwed up. I got drunk and I did too much, and I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah. It wasn't working for her last year. The drunk idiot wasn't working. So now she's going to try to have the empathy thing, which we know is not working. We've never had emotion out of Erica. She's never given us emotion. She doesn't have that in her. She's never been emotional about family. We've never heard her talk emotionally about anything besides, getting paid for her book, or we heard about her kid because of her book. Now, I do believe she knew about that, because why did she divorce this man? Right? She alleges that she found out the day after she filed for divorce that he was a thief.
No. No. I think she knew that. Let me say this. I think she knew before she left. I don't think she knew while it was happening. Like, I don't think she was an active participant in him. No. Right. I think she just enjoyed the lifestyle. But do I believe that she knew that the FBI was knocking on the back door when she was walking out the front? Absolutely. Yeah. She absolutely knew. Yeah. She absolutely knew.
I really did not think that she had any money hidden. I said, there's no way that she's got money hidden. There's no way. And I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, right? I'm telling you, it's coming down. That we're gonna hear about this soon. I never thought about where her exes would be. Well, I never thought about Tommy's dad. Where I never thought about that, right? Allegedly, he's a big wig in Vegas, and she has been with him for years. And the money, Tom G, was funneling the money through him for her for whenever he croaks, gets old. I don't know, right? And I think they didn't suspect him to start pooping his pants and getting so sick. And I don't know, maybe just like screwing everything up. I really think she thought he would always pay the victims. I think he promised her that they'll always be paid, honey. Don't worry about it. I'll always take care of the victims in the end. But he got caught up in that, and like, I really believe he got sick and old. And again, it would make sense because Tommy's apparently he's this big, mobster person, right? So again, is
that who's bankrolling her Vegas show?
It's him, and it's got to be this other guy that we saw her with. I don't know.
The guy that's the lawyer, right? Because she allegedly dating the lawyer or whatever.
It's some guy with like bald guy. I don't know. But he has a wife, this guy. But like, I guess he was somebody that's like, I don't really know, because her show is costing money. It didn't make money. It cost money.
Right? Oh, it didn't make any money. The ticket, like you could buy you could get the tickets for a coupon and a bucket of chicken. Like, you literally could walk in to the front row. Like,
in my world, when you receive stolen property, whether you knew or not, it's a felony. You have to pay it back. And in my eyes, you've received a lot of stolen property. You've used a lot of stolen money. I'm not going to be. Why are you out there talking about how you're doing so well and all this crap? And it's like, Erica, stop. Like, because once we find it just never made no sense to me why she never told the hospital that this man was unconscious at the bottom of a cliff. He's 85 years old. He somehow fell off a cliff, rolled off a cliff, and somehow the cops didn't know about it. And you're telling me you never told anybody that he was unconscious? He's 85. And he's telling you, no, don't tell them, and you listen. You're his wife. And you're telling me you're not trying to unalive this man and get him out of the way? Because he's the only one that'd be able to implicate them in Tommy Sr. It's taken like 3 years off. 20 years off my life, girl. I know. This girl, she's taken 20 years off my life.
It's a lot, girl. It is a lot. Listen, I'm here for it. When it hit the fan, y'all could be like, y'all heard it here first with Reality T. So Reality T, do you do a podcast? You do YouTube? You do, because somebody as soon as you came up, they were like, I love you. So clearly,
I love you, whoever that was. Yeah, my channel is Reality with Krista Marie. The podcast, that was Who Started You on Podcast, but I put it on YouTube and on Spotify and Apple and all that.
All right, so y'all subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Reality T. One of my mods, can y'all drop her link in the chat? And y'all, and I'm definitely going to go over there because, girl, I'm here for all of this. I'm here for all of this because, again, like I said, I enjoy the show, but I mean, I have to look at things with a critical eye as well.
I love your perspective. I was listening. That's why I was like, I couldn't wait. I was like, I got in there because everything you're saying, everything you're saying, I believe is two things all can be true. Like the stuff with Garcel, I felt super bad for her. I felt you're right. Like she did ask for his opinion, but I don't think she expected him to be like that. And you're right. Like they don't have. No. I think that whole 3 months and a year thing he was probably living with the dad for a year, right? Maybe, and she was gone for 3 weeks. Like
she cleared it up. She said it wasn't a year; it was 3 weeks, and he said, "Well, it felt like a year." So like they're exaggerating. Like I felt like it was like, well, you were gone for a year. And she was like, I wasn't gone for a year. Now, do I think that they split time with their dad and maybe they've been staying with their dad more? Maybe, and the dad has remarried and I think he started a new family. So there's probably that dynamic in there as well, but, and again, I'm not saying that they're not allowed to have feelings or have opinions, but I think the way that he chose to express it, I felt he was trying to embarrass her. Now that's what I felt.
I was thinking about like now Oliver, because Oliver's older, right? And I know she had a lot of issues and she probably had to put a lot of focus on Oliver at one point and maybe thought that, they're with their dad, they're okay. And because listen, I was the black sheep of my family and a lot of that, the addict takes on a lot of the parents' energy and stuff just because you kind of just have to at that point. You know what I mean? And maybe because like there's such an age difference with Oliver and the boys that like maybe, a lot of her energy when they were younger was focused on keeping him alive,
Right. And
he could be coming up. I don't know.
Right. I think she realizes she talked about making mistakes with Oliver, which I think any parent deals with that. What if when you have a child that for whatever reason they go left. And so I agree. And I mean, and let's be clear. I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, but Oliver went down Vanderpump Rules and acted a damn fool too.
Yeah,
so now Garcel dealing with that. Like, I got you a job, I got you on the show, and you didn't embarrass me.
I said, what happened, family man? Like, but he's like proud of him, but like, dude, you were still with the girl. Like, he just did it. But hey, I don't know. He got caught, but whatever. But like, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Got caught up. Yeah, Vanderpump. It's a whole nother thing. You'll get me. I'll lose my mind. I can't. I can't start sweating.
I don't even watch Vanderpump, so it would be all over my head. I never watched the Vanderpump because I missed it from the beginning, and then when it started, I wasn't really watching. And so like once I started like really getting back into, and then I started doing the YouTube, I was like, I don't have the energy to go back. I'm just like, I like Lisa Vanderpump, but I wasn't interested in that. Like I wasn't. Yeah. Like I know I'm probably in the minority, but I would love to see Lisa come back. I would.
I agree.
Right.
I want her back. I want her back because I want her back, but I also like Denise. I want Denise back too, though. I like Denise.
And I think with us losing Renna, I think, I'm not always a fan of bringing people back, but I would definitely be interested in Lisa coming back because I feel like Lisa has been vindicated over the last 2 seasons with the things that happened. And I would love to see. Now, when I say vindicated, I still believe that Lisa leaked that story. However, at the moment, I think everybody was looking at Dorit like she was just this innocent victim. And I think people realize now, wait a minute.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Phil, you don't see. Phil likes to argue with me. Don't worry about him. Phil, you don't want to see it, but I do. I think Lisa will be good. I think she'll be good as a friend of, where she could just kind of show up when she wants to. Like I think she would be good in that role. I
Yeah,
would love to see her in Sutton. I
I
would love
know.
to see her in Sutton.
We need a new Fox Force 5. Like, we need Sutton, Garcel, Crystal. I keep forgetting about Crystal because we
Well,
need
she
Crystal.
wasn't hardly in this episode. She was only in that first scene, and then we didn't see her again.
I want to. They can, because
So I
now
don't
like
know.
Fox Force 5 is like getting. I said Fox News 5. They're getting dismantled. So now we can have a new power dynamic with like Garcel, Sutton, because they're getting their voice. Like, they're getting their. Because Erica's going to be going away soon. Like, I don't think Erica's lasts much longer. She's not a real friend to anybody. She's a fake real friend now to Dorit. We know she doesn't know what empathy is. And she's never shown us
And you
anything.
see where she's getting her own little like spinoff. So I think,
Oh,
yeah. Like, nobody's watching that. Who's watching that? And I used to love Erica. Like, people will tell you I used to love Erica Jane, but who wants to see that?
it's so upsetting because we did like her and she duped us. I feel duped by her. I was okay with her being a cold, whatever. I was okay with her and Tom's situation. I respected it. I thought, hey, she loves the man like a dad. Like, I'm sure maybe she's okay with not having intimacy. Just money is worth foregoing intimacy. I don't know. Intimacy. I don't know. But like, when then you find out all the stuff that, like, now it all makes sense to me. Because I never really asked about Tom Sr. I don't know why. I just never asked where the man was. I thought her son must be a stand-up guy because we hear nothing about him except that he flips his car in snowstorms apparently too.
Right.
I mean,
right. The one snowstorm that California has had in 20 years, and he yeah. Let me ask you this. You might know the tea on this. I read one of the blogs. At this point, I don't know. I read so many of them. I don't know which one it was. But on one of the blogs, I read that there was an incident with Erica and Lisa Rinna where they got into a altercation where somebody was like taunting Erica about defunding the police, which of course we know is a trigger for Erica. Anything dealing with law enforcement is a trigger for Erica. And it turned into like this whole argument, and they said that it turned into a shouting match. They were at some sort of restaurant in LA. I wish I could hold on, let me see if I'm a lot of times I screenshot stuff. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can find the screenshot, because if I can remember what the blog was. But and then allegedly they were asked to leave this restaurant because they were so loud.
Was it recently?
This was like within the last. This had to be within the last week. I didn't talk about it here. It was like a blind item. It was probably like Bravo T or something like that. It was one of the blogs. Hold on, let me see. Because sometimes I screenshot the stuff and then I don't talk about it if I don't have. Because a lot of times if I can't find more information, I just kind of like, okay, that's just a blind item that somebody just kind of said.
I would be good with Yolanda and Camille too. Phil said, "Bring back Yolanda and Camille." I'd be all there for that too. Definitely Yolanda.
I miss the Hadid years. So I would be open to seeing the Hadids.
Yeah,
it's okay. I don't think I screenshotted it because I'm scrolling all the way back to Sunday. Let me scroll back a few more days and see if I can find something. If not, because like I said, I generally try to screenshot. No, that's not it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's here. I try to screenshot that kind of stuff because, like I said, it was just sort of a. Wait a minute, no, here it is right here. It's from All About RH. So it's
they know everything.
All About RH. So this is what it says. I'm gonna read you what it says. So it wasn't LA, it was Vegas. It says Vegas says after wild party, he returned to his hotel and filled his wife. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Then wait a minute, hold on. That might not be it. This might be a whole nother story. Oh no, that was a different story. Hold on, let me see. Oh, child, that's the lawsuit about Brandy and Phaedra. No, I must not have screenshotted it, but it was something. Again, it probably came from Bravo.
Yeah,
it probably came from that same blog, but it was something about there was some sort of they taunted them. They said something about defund the police, and it turned into an argument between Erica and it turned into like a yelling argument between Erica and whoever these people were. Lisa Rinna was with her. Lisa Rinna was filming it, and it got so loud that they were asked to leave. Oof. So yeah, I didn't screenshot it, but it probably did come from. It came from one of those blogs.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, Cherie said she saw it too, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll screenshot something like that, but if I can't find it somewhere else, I kind of just wait until I hear more information. But yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be that. I mean, I'm surprised they're still friends. I really am. I just don't. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Erica did silently give Rinna $5 million to start Rinna Beauty. I really do. I think she was an angel investor, and I think that was a $5 million watch because we don't know who that angel investor was. And all of a sudden, you mean somebody has that much faith in you after 40 years of you trying to do Rinna Beauty, and all of a sudden she said, "Oh, I got the perfect investor now," and you're allowed to have an angel investor. You don't have to disclose like stuff, but I do believe they stay friends for a reason because I don't think Erica really knows how to be friends. I just don't think she has that in her. Erica doesn't have it. She's not built that way. Like, she's not built for friendships. We saw how she was trying to ask what empathy was. Like, you know, if she can't have empathy for her friends, how is she going to have empathy for victims? Think about it. She does not feel good for spending that money because she's not built that way. Like, she was willing to do whatever she could to stay.
Oh, she was going to hold on to them earrings. Like, the whole thing with the earrings, like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
They were
stolen.
What I mean?
Like, let it go.
Apparently, they were allegedly stolen, and he replaced them. So, yes, they're not going to be the same earrings. So, why are we trying to pass off that they're the same earrings? Because they're not. Because they were allegedly
when they got appraised.
And nice burglars that are robbing in Encino. There's nice burglars that rob Dorit. They must have the earrings, you know, like.
Yeah, well, you know, whoever was robbing them people's houses, they all knew, child. They all knew.
Well, listen, like nobody. I'm sorry, they're not going to leave your cell phone and let you know where it is, and make sure it lights up so you know. And then if you have 4 burglaries to rate, why is your security not top notch? How are you getting robbed 4 effing times? How? Because your security, if you have PTSD from that one, your security better be top notch. Because I don't believe a word you're saying. Like, you really F this up because you're playing in our faces. Because again, you said there was a gun, and the police report says there was no gun. So what are you talking about, lady? If there was a gun, you would have been tied up.
I already told y'all how I felt about that robbery situation. It's just real convenient that they got the money to pay off PK's gambling debts down to the Bellagio. But I ain't saying. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. Are you going to BravoCon?
No, I did it last year because I'm in New Jersey, so it was here. I was in New York, right? Okay. And it's just a lot. It was a lot. And listen, it's expensive, but even if you don't buy tickets, just go and everybody's there. Everybody's around, so everybody's hanging out. We were in the lounges. We were at the rooftops. We were all the hotels they stayed at. We had more fun outside of BravoCon than in hot, sweaty BravoCon. It was a mess. The bathrooms, the lines. The content creators get no respect. We don't get any kind of package. We don't get any rooms to set down. Like, we don't have any space. We don't have anywhere to do interviews. We don't have anywhere to do anything. They give us no respect. You know how I feel like we keep our narrative going, their narratives going throughout the seasons or when seasons are, because if you want to know what's going on with Housewives, where do you go? Do you go to CNN? You go to Channel 6? No, you come to the blogs, or I'd say blogs, but you come to the content creators because we know what's going on at all times, basically.
Yeah, and like I was honestly surprised. I was honestly surprised. This year talking to more people that do Bravo stuff. I mean, because I'm such a small channel that I just thought I didn't know about these things, but then come to find out that some of the bigger channels they're not getting anything. They're not being offered any packages or any access. Like I think Bravo gives out. They have certain passes that they give, but they don't. Yeah,
press passes go to like the people that you hear Andy talk about on Watch What Happens Live. He'll say question by, he repeats their names, or he'll say who did the interviews. That goes to Emily D. Baker and those people that are
up and at them.
I just have a theory behind it, and I'll never sell my soul to Bravo because we know Bravo. Listen, if you get the tickets even to go on BravoCon, everybody's streaming it live. We see what's going on. And I'm telling
Right.
you, there were so many things going on. Like, Frank Catania was doing a stand up outside of BravoCon. There was a
Frank
lot
is
going
hilarious.
on.
I love Frank. So you say you're in Jersey. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. All right, we're gonna have to do this again. I'm definitely gonna go and check out the channel because I'm deep diving New Jersey because I started reviewing New Jersey like 3 seasons ago. So I'm new, right? And everybody kept telling me, you gotta go back. You gotta do this. So this summer I started from season 1. So I've been doing retro reviews. So I'm in season 3 now. So I am, yeah. So I did the whole, what's the crazy lady name? Y'all.
Teresa.
What's her name?
Teresa?
The from season 1 and 2, the crazy, well, I don't want to call her crazy.
Look at the table, she's crazy. Yeah, she's a crazy.
No, not Teresa. No, Teresa's definitely special. But the one that everybody had a problem with.
Danielle, stop.
Danielle, why I couldn't get her name out? Danielle.
Listen, we got a whole hour for this one. We're gonna have to do a whole hour.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna what's your Instagram? I know you're on Instagram.
Right now, I'm a Whose Side Are You On? It's Whose Side Are You On podcast on Instagram.
I've heard of that. Yeah, okay.
And my reality, I got locked out of my reality with Krista Marie IG. I'm so upset like weeks ago, but yeah. So I got Whose Side Are You On? That's what I'm using. And that's DM me on there because that's the easy, and I'm always posting. But yeah, man, we got a whole, that's me. Yeah. That's
all right. So listen, we gotta link up because I want to hear all things New Jersey. Because my people keep telling me they get mad at me when I have an opinion about something. They're like, you don't know the whole story. And I'm like, okay, let me get the whole story. Let me tell you something. Teresa is a piece of work. That's all I
just wait. I'm curious as you're going through the seasons. I want to talk to you as you're going through the seasons and get your opinion season through season because I want to see how it changes because you're gonna go on a roller coaster, man. I'm jealous that you're just getting into it. Like I'm going
on a roller coaster because season 3 is when Melissa comes.
Yeah,
so I've been doing this because in one episode, I'm like, well, I understand what Teresa's saying, and then in the other episode, I'm like, oh no, Melissa, I understand exactly what. So I'm here for it. So we definitely gotta link up because I want to hear.
I got my heart's beating right now. Shay, like, you say the L word and my heart just starts going. You can't say his
And let me tell you who I love right now. I love Carolyn Manzo. I love her. Listen, when I tell you I want to go down to the brownstone and just hang out until she shows up, like I love her. I love her.
I know. And Dina's going, right? Is Dina going? We gotta talk. I cannot wait.
Dina's gone already. Yeah, Dina's gone already.
Exciting to know that you just started it. Because it's such a because it's real life. Because it's not just the show. I promise you this. They're all crazy around. They're crazy. This is real life. It's not just
the whole Dina thing is crazy. Like that whole Dina thing with the fact that they're not even speaking out of like that is crazy.
Do you hear what happened in Morocco? The Ultimate Girls Trip with
Carolyn. Yeah, with Carolyn and Brandy.
But did you know that Brandy's saying Brandy's saying that Caroline was dogging the heck out of Dina on camera, calling her a whore, slut, and basically, and I'm like, I was like, I couldn't breathe. I said, she did what? Why? She's a whore.
I can't wait.
Her father stopped talking to her after the trial, after the stuff with Tommy. Allegedly, when Caroline had wrote that letter to the courts in support of Tommy, which is Dina's ex that allegedly tried to unalive her. And yeah, like her ex tried to, and I couldn't understand why Caroline would write a letter. I still don't know why she did it. I know she's married to Tommy's brother.
Yeah.
But that, and I don't understand Caroline. I'm so shocked. And I'm like, Brandy, tell us. I gotta get Dana to talk to her more and find out more because I was like, why? And they're not airing the shit. They're not airing Ultimate Girls Trip. They're not airing it. They're
not going to show it at all.
I don't know. They're in litigation because they're trying to stop it from airing. Caroline's trying to stop it from airing now. And like, if supposedly Brandy started yelling at Caroline, why are you talking about your sister like that? Like, apparently it was a whole big thing. Like, how can you dog your sister? Like, she said, Brandy was like, I have questions. Why did you write a letter? Did he really, and Caroline's like, my sister's this. And I was like, oh, I can't breathe. I'm like, what is happening? Like, I don't see it in any world where that isn't where I just don't see where that's warranted. I just don't. Something's missing. We're missing some pieces. And Tommy just did a plea deal, and he's not going away.
We're definitely missing some pieces, because how do you go from family is everything, and no matter what, family sticks together? Because when I found out about that, I was so shocked. I really was. I was like, what?
Yeah, I got nervous. I'm like, oh, Caroline, were you forced to write that letter? Like, what happened? Because I don't even see her husband being. I mean, listen, like, I don't know what goes on. I just feel Dina's gonna have to. We're never probably gonna see Dina over here on the East Coast ever again. I would never come back here either, because she's done with Teresa.
She lives in LA now. She lives in LA now.
Yeah, around Vegas, LA. Yeah, I think she just bought a bigger house somewhere in California, and it's a shame. I didn't know that. Didn't speak to her brother Chris Nell either. See, it's crazy because, like,
But that's where Ashley was at the wedding, though.
Who did
Ashley was at the wedding this weekend.
I didn't know Albie was getting married. I'm so upset about that. I love Albie, but like, Caroline doesn't speak. Oh wow. So
I mean, that doesn't mean that she's not speaking to Chris, but I'm just saying Ashley, because listen, I done started following Ashley. I done stared following Caroline. Yeah, into it. So Ashley was at the wedding, so it'll be interesting that Ashley was at the wedding, but I don't know. That's. I mean, and again, her not speaking to him doesn't mean he didn't come to the wedding. He might have come to the wedding. They just didn't speak to each other. I don't know.
Right. I mean, there's a huge family. Caroline's family. She's got there's 10 of them.
It's a bunch of them. Yeah.
You also have Jacqueline in the mix too, and I know Caroline and Jacqueline. Something was happening with whole Teresa stuff that happened over the summer. So there's a bunch of crazy. Oh God, it's so deep, man.
It's a lot. Oh my gosh.
It's really sad. It gets really sad. It gets sad. It really does.
It does. Well, I'm definitely that's where I am with it. Thank you for coming up. Like I said, I followed you on Instagram. I'm definitely subscribing. I'm gonna reach out to you. I definitely want to get the download on New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, I got it. Because I was like, I'm not talking about it this season, but I'll go on anybody else's channel. I'll go on the panel. I'll talk about it all over. I just don't.
I don't think this season's gonna be all that good. Like I do not like Danielle. I think she was trying way too hard last season. I love who's the one that said she slept with Tony Soprano? I love her.
Oh, Jen.
I love her. I do. I hate Jennifer Aiden. I cannot. Hate is that word, but I don't like Jennifer Aiden.
We need to move on from Teresa and Melissa, because it's even getting worse.
We do.
It's getting more time.
We do. I love Dolores. Dolores is my favorite. I love Dolores.
We can have the Catanias, dating the Catanias, marrying the Catanias, we can have season 1, dating the Catanias with Brittany and Paulie, and then we can have engaged to the Catanias season 2, marrying the Catanias season 3. I'm saying, because they all are amazing together. 4 of them are funny. Frank, Brittany, Paulie, and Dolores hanging out is hilarious. It's cute. And, it took her 27 years, it took a lot to forgive Frank. It took a lot for her to forgive him over these years. So working on their relationship, it's always going to be a good relationship. They worked way too hard to get back to where they're at.
I love Dolores. I think Polly's good for her. Polly has softened her. So I think I love that. So, yeah. All right, I'm great. Drop off of here, you guys. It's almost 8:00. It's been 2 hours. I really thank you so much for coming over. I really do. And we're definitely gonna connect and link up. I love collabing, and I definitely love when people can give me information that I don't have, so I can get a better picture.
And honestly, Dana Wilkie, people talk about they have a lot to say about, but I'm telling you, she gives us the tea, not just the tea that we hear. She gives everything. She knows everyone. She gives you the whole
Dana Wilkie, yeah.
And she comes and she has receipts. Her Patreon, she has the proof. So when I say things I'm look, I don't want to give too much away because it's her Patreon. She makes money that way, but I give a little bit, and it's not. I wouldn't be telling you if it wasn't. She saves everything too. she saves everything because like the stuff about Tommy and Erica was months and months ago, and I said we need to save this because I feel like that's going to be. I kept going down this rabbit hole. I said, "Oh my God, Dana, they tried to kill Tom G or unalive. Sorry, unalive Tom." I'm like, and she's like, "Oh my God, Krista, you could be right." And I'm like, "I know, it makes sense. Everything all makes sense." And she, you know, because she was on that show, she digs, she gets information. I'm telling you, that's why Bravo doesn't like her because she knows everything.
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard that she is persona non grata.
Easily, yeah, I do.
All right, well, don't forget, you guys, y'all go over to Reality T, y'all subscribe, y'all go check her content out, and thank you for coming over. And like I said, I'll definitely have you back up again because I've enjoyed this conversation. It's been entertaining. I'm gonna get off of here and get me some dinner.
I know. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you having me.
No problem. All right, you guys. Mwah. Y'all have a good evening, and I will talk to y'all later. All right, peace.